might now turn into a loss because of excess risks that just have to be taken as things are underway and already we're getting something fresh.
You've commentated many SEC matches. It's a 6-point edge for Magnus, but we've seen leads like that shrink a bit. I know we're talking about Magnus here, and it's a bit harder, but it's happened.
No, we have to talk about the reality, which is that it has happened. We have seen leads like this disappear in the bullet segment. Whether or not it will happen here remains to be seen. That's what this game in front of us is all about. Getting off to a good start, Eric, in the bullet is absolutely key. It really sets the tone, and especially just for your mental, because bullet, a lot easier to tilt and have the previous game affect the next one.
Well, already a tough spot for Dennis here. He just loses that d6 pawn, and there's no compensation.
No, at this point, you're hoping for the right imbalance with minor pieces because the material is just immediately an issue here. F4 to kick out that knight as well. Kick that knight back to d7, but at this point, I think could probably just cement that knight on d6.
Because you were talking about a good start, and this is not a good start. This is an easy-to-play position for White.
Yep.
And, you know, at some point, you got to start doing math. If you're a Dennis fan at home, it's like, can only take so many losses before it might almost be mathematically impossible to come back. Yeah,
and with that plus 1 second increment, don't think that a bullet game is 2 minutes.
No.
So we've easily seen them last 5-6 minutes. It's incredible how long a single game can last in bullet just with the increment.
And there's a strategy where when you're in the lead, you prolong the games a little bit because you can start to see the finish line, see that counter go down. You know it's only so much time left.
Absolutely. Queen takes e6. We just have another pawn dropping in the position. You know, of course it's game one. You play this out no matter what. But at some point, if the position gets bad enough, playing the position out simply takes time off the clock.
Yeah. No, you have to be realistic at a certain point. Can I actually win this position? Because, and my answer for this one is probably no, but I think he's waiting for a couple more moves because there's still heavy pieces on the board.
That's right.
So you just wait for that to dissipate, then you decide.
Yeah, this right here, queen takes c6, the rook on f7 is hanging. I was going to say there is bishop d6 in order to try to win some material there, but you don't need to have finesse at this point. Just about anything should get the job done. That c-pawn is passed. The king is running out into the open here. This is all Magnus Carlsen in the first game of bullet.
Okay, are there any tactics? It's gotten a little loose here, Amon. It feels like Dennis is, bishop e6. That's a nice find.
That's a painful move to see. Right when it looked like things actually were turning into a bit of a tactical skirmish.
Still a couple moves required here. I don't think Magnus is happy with his conversion. Let me say that.
That's absolutely correct. Rook c4. Now there is rook c2, but you have to be quite careful, so it's time to bring the king in.
Yeah, problem is you're down a pawn, so White can make this move like king d3 because every pawn endgame is winning.
And here's, again, this is actually a position that's, I won't say it's worse than a loss, Eric, but you might know what I mean.
No, I know you mean exactly.
It can go on forever and ever, and you might lose it.
And there's no way you win except for like a mouse slip. Magnus can play this in his sleep.
Okay, so king f4, g3. And at some point, if the king goes far away, what's going to happen is rook takes on a5.
Yeah, that advanced king with that advanced pawn, Black's looking to sacrifice that rook and get the g-pawn running down the board because that might force a draw.
Yep.
Whereas if you just shuffle like this, as you mentioned, a lot of time can go off the clock.
Yep, and this is a move that's still important to play correctly. But here's rook f5, got to bring the rook down. And this is going to work out, but you might try king e2 here.
King e2 is the right try to check from behind. And now, again, what you talked about. This could go on for 50 moves, right? That's what's going to happen.
Think about when we began, right? This is a 30-minute countdown. It's at 25 minutes. I bet everyone was saying there's no way a bullet game can go 5-6 minutes. Well, look at what we've got here. This is not what Dennis is looking for. To be honest, just about the worst start that you could have to the segment.
For sure. It's a very easy endgame to hold, but
yeah,
the opportunity cost, the
yeah.
opportunity cost of all that time is very significant here.
Yeah, because you could lose a quick game and win one in the time that it's taken for all this to happen. Magnus is absolutely going to play this one on as long as possible.
Just by reaching this endgame, probably a minute and a half to 2 minutes will disappear.
Yep. And the score won't change in terms of the deficit. 12.5 to 6.5 if things go as we expect. This looks like it's about to be a 5.5, 6-minute game. Remember, the amount of time that is on the clock for Magnus can just be, you can wait that out at the end.
Yeah.
There we go. That is game number